Alrighty, so just went off. I actually did two batches. I got on here twice. First time, get on there. First time I did like 50 minutes, and then I just did 23 again because this thing was trying to overheat. So probably what I'll do is I will try to break up this into, getting on the treadmill into multiple, to 2 times a day, and probably do like 45 and then 45. That way I get like hour and a half, because at like 45 is when it starts to feel like it's getting a little warm. After that is when I start to get worried. So that's probably what I'll do. The water is running throughout this house because just got a notice that the city is afraid that the water will freeze. So they're asking everyone to run their taps constantly until further notice. That is going to drive me insane. I'm going to try to keep it going. Yeah, that's it. What else? There was something I was actually about to say. Something I was going to talk about. I don't remember what it was. Oh, something that bugs me when it comes to voiceover, and I had to basically block a potential client. I'm totally fine being flexible on my rates. There's tons of clients that I have that I'm pretty lenient. We have a negotiation. There's something, there's a rate that we can both agree on, which is worth my time, and effort and stuff like that, and works for them. Totally fine. So I'm not too strict on my rates. I'm relatively strict on my rates. But even if I would be okay with the amount, I'm not okay with haggling and penny pinching. That is one thing that I will absolutely cut off at the head with a client. Even if it is a rate at the end of negotiations, even if it is a rate that I would be okay with, if they're haggling, which is normally when they're trying to convince you that something you're charging for isn't worth charging for, then they're dead to me. Then I'll block them, I will ignore them, and I will, tell them to go away, all that kind of stuff. Because wasting my time trying to come up with something that's worth my time with them is not worth my time. I don't know if that made sense. But there was a client that I was in, potential client, which is not going to be a client, in communication with, and they were haggling over the smallest amount of dollars. And I was very clear. I didn't charge that much. It was not a commercial or broadcast project, so the rates weren't too high. It was just something that was going to be like for a Facebook group that was like a fun little thing, and my rates weren't that high. It's pretty lenient, basically just charging per word, but they still wanted to haggle. And I told them no, and I immediately blocked them. I didn't even wait for their response, because they had been going back and forth with me for a while. And they go, why is it this much? And I'm like, well, here's why. This much for this, and this much for this. Those are the only 2 things I'm charging for. And they go, is it really worth that much? Is it really? Because you're really just talking in front of a microphone. Is it really worth that much? And I was like, my rates are my rates. And they're like, yeah, but your rates can change though, right? We can change your rates. And I blocked them. Immediately blocked them. Done. Dead to me. So yeah, that's something that a lot of people getting into voiceover and getting into, especially the independent market, really have trouble getting comfortable with. And that is, basically a service that is incredibly valuable that a manager and agent basically provides to you. is doing all that kind of haggling and dealing with paperwork and negotiations on your behalf. But when you're an independent, you got to do that on your own. And yeah, I don't have time for that anymore. No tolerance for it, no patience. I get enough work with people that are willing to pay my rates that I don't feel like I have time to work on anything for people that don't appreciate my efforts. So that's what I want to talk about. Yeah, that's basically it. And I guess I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.